everybody, it's Kelsee Briana J, and happy Juneteenth! Woo! So today I am bringing you a very special video in collaboration with 4 other beautiful ladies on YouTube, my friends. We are all coming together on this special day to talk about Black excellence and to highlight the book Palette, the beauty Bible for women of color by the author Fumi Fato. And I'm just so excited to be talking about this. I purchased this book because Vikeejeah was talking about it, and if you guys don't know Vikeejeah, she is the luxury diva. She loves all things luxe, all things glam, and I am in love with her channel and her recommendations. So when I saw her talking about this book, I made sure to buy it because I always like to support. This book is filled with so much great information. So I told Vikeejeah that I bought this book based on her recommendation, and she said, Kelsee, you know we need to do a collaboration and talk about this book, right? So I was like, yes we do. So this is her idea. You guys know that I am the COLLAB captain. That is the title that was officially given to me by Kinky Sweat. So her and I worked together to flesh out her idea, and that is what you're going to see here. So I'm working with Vikeejeah for sure, and then we have my girl Kinky Sweat, aka Miss Sweat if you're nasty. We have my girl and my soror GlamGirlChelsea in this collaboration, and we also have the beautiful Mo Makeup, Mo Beauty, aka Mo Money, Mo Beauty, which is the nickname that was given to her by the Fancy Face. So all of us are coming together, and we are going to be talking about different products that were highlighted in the book Palette. And you guys see, this book is thick. So this is a book full of product recommendations ranging from skincare to makeup to hair. Each page has so many different recommendations for products that are going to work for women of color. And there's just so much that you could learn something new every time you read it, even if you've read this book 20 different times. So Fumi is a contributing editor at British Vogue. She is the beauty director at OBS Magazine. She is the author of Palette, of course, the book that we are highlighting today. And she's somebody that has been in the industry for over 20 years. So I definitely respect her. I respect her time and energy that she put into this book. Each of us have selected 3 different products that we're going to be talking about in our videos. So my 3 products are the UOMA Beauty Say What foundation, the Pat McGrath Mothership 5 Bronze Seduction Palette, and the MAC Powder Blushes. So I'm going to be demoing these products, showing you all how to make them work. The other ladies are going to be talking about 3 completely different products, and you can just keep going. So if you would like to purchase this book, definitely make sure you support. I will have a link to this book down in my description box. I will have a link to the other ladies' videos down in my description box. So I'm excited to do this video, and again, I wish everybody happy Juneteenth. If you've never heard of Juneteenth, make sure you go look that up. I will have some articles in my description box as well overviewing what this holiday is about. So I'm first gonna apply my foundation, which is the UOMA Beauty Say What foundation, and I'll read you guys a little bit about what Fumi had to say about this foundation in her book. So she said that when she first met Sharon Shooter, the Nigerian-born Australian founder of UOMA, they had a long, impassioned conversation about the issues you face as a woman of color in the industry. And then when she showed Fumi her products, she said that she was blown away because the brand was nothing short of genius. And she said, and I quote, "It is a celebration of Africa and its diaspora that invites people outside of the demographic to join the tribe. This foundation is the star of the collection," she says. There are 51 different shades, and what I've always found to be very cool about this foundation is that there are 6 different skin kins, which is a group that you fit in based on your complexion and your undertone. And each skin kin, the formulation of the foundation varies ever so slightly. So each skin kin group has a different set of ingredients that are in the foundation that addresses issues that affect your skin kins mainly. So this foundation also has technology in it to blur and minimize the look of pores, and it also has hyaluronic acid in it, which is always known to plump the skin and make it look a little bit more lively. So even though this is a matte foundation, it's not going to look dull on the skin. So I'm going to go ahead and apply So let me shake mine up. And I actually did an initial review on the entire UOMA Beauty line, and I will link that video here as well as down below. So I spent my time at Ulta and I swatched everything. So if you want a more in-depth look at UOMA Beauty, definitely go check out that video. But I have the color in this foundation, Honey Honey T2N. So I'm just gonna go ahead and squirt out 3 squirts of this foundation and apply. This foundation is giving me just a little bit of color. I believe I bought this last spring, and I think it's a great undertone. I think it's a beautiful color, beautiful formula still. This is a BK Beauty sponge, which I absolutely love. And this foundation gives really nice coverage. You do not need a lot of this at all. So my base is looking pretty good. So now let me go ahead and add some powder and concealer, and I'll be right back. So now let's do our eyes, and Fumi talked about one of my personal favorite eyeshadow palettes in my entire collection, the Pat McGrath Bronze Seduction palette. So when I saw that this was in the book, I knew I had to select this one. So in regards to the Mothership Bronze Seduction palette, Fumi says that she has always had a difficult relationship with eyeshadows. She admires a good eyeshadow on other women, but personally doesn't have the patience to perfect the application process. She says that this is a heavyweight palette because it literally weighs a ton, and it was created by industry heavyweight Pat McGrath. She says that her eyeshadow palettes are the Aston Martins of eyeshadow palettes. So what she means by that is this is top-notch quality, and if you ever get a chance to try a Pat McGrath palette, or if you have a Pat McGrath palette, then you'll know Fumi ain't lied. This is amazing. So I'm gonna dip into this color right here, Entrapment, with a blending brush. Very, very lightly, because as we all know, the pigmentation of Pat McGrath's eyeshadows is insane. So just a little bit goes a long way. And I have just a little bit of concealer on my lids where I blended it down, but I'm just gonna go right on top of that with this color in my crease. So back and forth. Now I'm gonna take a BK Beauty smudger brush, a 204 brush in the color Extreme Aubergine. I am gonna take this shade very carefully next to my lash line and smoke it out. So I'm gonna start pretty low and then create a cat-like shape on the outer corner of the lid. I'm just going to press this color in and then go back and forth and diffuse it. And then I'm gonna bring it in towards the inner portion of the lid, but I'm not gonna take it all the way in. I just wanna build this color up to add depth to the eye look and then blend it upwards. And if you want to, you can also kind of start to bring it on the lid as well. So as you see, I'm just building up this color very carefully, because you don't have to do too much, because Pat McGrath eyeshadows are gonna build. But I want this to just be pretty smoky and to give you that nice aubergine beautifulness. You can go back in and push the eyeshadow when you get closer to the lash line and then diffuse it upwards onto the lid, like so. That looks really pretty by itself, but you already know I'm gonna take it to the next level though. So now I'm gonna go into a Squuadddd Builder 3 in the color VR Fire Opal. And I'm going to place this color on the lid, slightly over where I applied the other color. And then when I get on the outer corner, I don't wanna cover that up. So I'm gonna take this color on top of that color. You all see where I have it smoked out here? I'm just gonna take it right on top of there and then begin to merge and blend those two colors together like so. Very pretty, very smoky. So now I'm gonna take a Squuadddd flat definer brush and the color Astral Luna Gold. I'm just gonna pop that right on the inner corner, just like so. So now I'm gonna add some liner and lashes to the top, and I'll be right back, and we can do the lower lash line together. Pretty. So I have on my liner and lashes, and I put on a little bit of liner on the inner rim. So let's do the lower lash line now. I want this to be relatively simple on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna go back in with my color that I have on the inner corner up top and rim it around and put it on the lower corner on the bottom. Same brush. And on the rest, I'm going to lightly take Entrapment, that first brown that I put in the crease, very lightly, and just lightly apply that on the lower lash line to blend out my eyeliner that I have down there and to give us a little bit more color, and then bring it around and wrap it towards the top. So now that we have our eyes finished, the last thing that I have to do is adorn my cheeks with some products. So Fumi talked about MAC powder blushes in her book. I love and have always loved MAC powder blushes. I feel like they are such an underrated product nowadays because they've been around and we know that they're good. So I think that it's time to spend some more attention on these blushes because they are formulated so well. Over the years, I've collected a lot. And these are just 18 that I have in my palettes, but I have so many of them. Fumi said that there was a time in her life when she had a thing for blushers. And you know she's from the UK, so they say blushers. And so she said she would search high and low for the right one. She said it had to be pink, but the right sort of pink. And I think we all can really identify with that because we all have very specific colors that we look for in our makeup. So one of her issues that she struggled with was that she really wanted a specific type pink, and she would see it on people like Britney Spears or other people, and she would want that same type tone for herself, but it was difficult to find. So she really loves MAC blushes because she says that they are powdery but not ashy. They are pigmented but not overly intense. They are silky smooth, so they sit beautifully on your skin and not in your pores. And she says that MAC has a beautiful range of colors that are easy to wear, and they encourage you to leave your comfort zone. And an issue that she had with MAC sometimes was that because of her complexion, people automatically just divot to Raisin. And if you all know MAC Raisin, you know that it is a go-to blusher for MAC, and it works on people who have a deeper complexion. But she just feels like that was the safer route. She encourages people to use colors that are a little bit more bright and a little bit more fun. And you all already know I personally like really safe blush colors, and I very rarely will wear a super bright color. And that's something that she says to do. So I thought that that was really cool, a really great tip, because oftentimes deep skin is put in a box where it's like, okay, well, I know brown will work on you, I know gold will work on you, I know these berry type tones will work. But she's like, no, sometimes go for the brightest color, because you'll be surprised at how beautifully these colors can pop against your melanin. So I'm like, okay, Fumi, I see you. So I'm gonna come over here. This really isn't too far out of my comfort zone, but you know, these colors are very beautiful. So this is one of the colors that she recommended, Burnt Pepper. So I'm gonna take just a little bit of that to add just a little bit of that warmth to the skin. So I'm gonna dab just a little bit in Burnt Pepper, just a little bit, and add that little pinch of color right on my cheeks. Y'all know I don't like a whole lot of color on my cheeks, so I'm just dabbing it just to get that little bit of flush. And with this color, it could be really, really intense if you make it, but I'm using a very lightweight wispy brush. All right, love, so here is the finished look using the products that Fumi recommended in the book Palette, the beauty Bible for women of color. All right, love, so I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Definitely make sure you go check out the other ladies' videos, because we are all going to be talking about 3 different products in our videos, and we definitely could have kept going because there were so many recommendations from this book that it could have been a million more things that we could have talked about, because this book is full of so much great information. And I thoroughly enjoyed reading this book because each page is not only filled with advice about how products can work and which products will work, but also just the personalized touch and just getting to know her and being able to understand her experience and how she's grown in the beauty industry and how these products shape and define certain eras and things for her. So I just love it. I will definitely have a link for where you can purchase this book down in the description box. Thank you again to Vikeejeah for coming up with this idea to collaborate and talk about the book Palette. So let me know what you guys think about it. I will have links to all the other ladies' videos down in my description box, and I look forward to reading what you guys have to say. And until next time, smooches. Bye.